All right, everybody. So kind of a surprise video for you guys today. The new set, or mini set, Champions Path, the full set has just been released here on PokeBeach.com, and there is some very interesting stuff here, as you can see already. So it looks like we're getting this shiny Charizard V here, which is, the same card as the Charizard V that came out in Darkness Ablaze. We saw that we were getting a full art promo Charizard V, but now it seems like we're getting this shiny version of the Charizard V card, and then we're also getting this rainbow rare Charizard V Max card as well. I'll have to check here, so I'm not sure if these are coming in the ETB here. So we'll have to see here. Shiny Charizard V. It hasn't even been seen in Japan yet. It's literally going to be the first sighting will be in our English set here, and then in Japan it will come in their future Shiny Star V set. We're also getting an alternate Eldegoss V artwork that we'll check out as well. So it seems here it says the Rainbow Rare Charizard V Max was given a limited point run for tournaments in Japan, but we don't know, I guess, where we're getting these products in the Champions Path set. But we also are getting sort of this hollow foil version of our Sword and Shield energy type cards, which is also really, really cool. I mean, I know just having the newest sort of energy in your deck is what a lot of people want, and having a holographic version of your energies can definitely be a pretty big flex. So I think that's going to be a really cool inclusion into this new mini set that's coming out. But definitely very cool to see this shiny Charizard V and the Rainbow Rare Charizard V Max coming to the English sets. This, I believe, of course, is the first shiny Pokemon card, other than the gold cards, I suppose, that we're getting, in this Sword and Shield era. When it comes to V cards, we haven't really had any shiny Pokemon yet, like they had in Hidden Fates back a little while ago. So it's definitely really awesome to see these cards coming. And I think that they're probably going to be an incredibly high price when the set first comes out, and then they'll drop down a little bit. But definitely going to be very sought after cards, and I think it really depends on how exclusive the printing is for how many in stock they'll have for the products for Champions Path. On to some other cards, though. It looks like we are getting a Venusaur V. So Venusaur V, for 2 grass and a colorless, does Pollen Bomb 80 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and also poisoned. Can be very cool. Actually seems like a very decent card. It's got 220 HP, and then the second attack for 3 grass and a colorless does 220 damage, Solar Typhoon, and then you cannot use this attack during your next turn. So kind of like a dulled down version of Zacian's attack there, Brave Blade, but definitely seems like it's very viable. Of course, it's got a retreat cost of 3, weakness to fire, but definitely very interesting. I'm wondering if we'll get sort of the original Kanto starters in VMAX forms, like we did with the Galar starters. But Venusaur V looking absolutely phenomenal. We got Weedle here. I'm not going to go through every card. We got like a Weedle Beedrill lineup here. Doesn't look too interesting, but right here is going to be the alternate art for Eldegoss V, which is really cool. I know the full art version of the Eldegoss V card is just really awesome. It's definitely a really cool card to have, but this alternate art is just slightly different, but it's kind of cool to see that card getting a kind of a reprint, getting more, giving people more chances to get that card, as it's very playable. We see a Victini here. Doesn't look too special. Quick draw one card here for 1 colorless. Nothing crazy. We do get an incredible looking Incineroar V card. Look at that art, man! Absolutely incredible. I love that. That looks so good. Retreat cost of 3, weakness to water. It's got 220 HP. So for 2 fire and a colorless, it does 90 damage, and then attach up to 2 fire energies from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So that can be really cool. Sort of like a Victini sort of effect. Might be put in place for Victini. You're also doing the 90 damage, but again, it is a 3 energy attack. Still very cool. And then its second attack there for 3 fire and a colorless, much like Venusaur, you do 220 damage, but it does 30 damage to itself. Not ideal, but at the same time, you're probably not living too many hits at 220 HP anyway. But not terrible. That and Venusaur are very similar. Look at the Sizzlepede here. So we are getting this Centiskorch. I'm not sure. Searing Flame, 50 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon now burned. And then for 4 energy there, it does 140. Nothing special. Sharpedo. awesome looking card there. All these cards look absolutely phenomenal. Aqua Jet, 50 damage. Also does 20 damage when your opponent's bench Pokemon. Can be kind of cool, I suppose, to snipe out the bench. But this big guy here, so this Wailord V, is going to have 280 HP, which is absolutely insane on a basic Pokemon. I think definitely the highest ever for a 2-prize basic Pokemon. Sorry, my phone went off there. But definitely looks very interesting. That first attack, Pump Up, you get to attach 3 water energies from your discard pile to this Pokemon. That is very interesting, seeming how you're most definitely going to be living 1 hit, I think, in almost any circumstance. So that's really cool, kind of a very powerful energy acceleration setup there into that first attack. But the second attack is for 4 water energies. You get to flip 3 coins, and then this attack does 120 damage times the number of heads, which can be very interesting. I mean, I know you can run this with Glimwood Tangle. It's an attack that has a coin flip effect to it, potentially doing 360 damage, right, which is more than enough to one-shot any Pokemon V, or VMAX, sorry, and Pokemon V. You're not quite getting the Eternatus if it's got like a big charm on it or something like that. But again, 360 damage is absolutely incredible, especially, you can run this card with Welder as well, right? And you can sort of put the Glimwood Tangle with it and potentially just get some huge damage, get some one-hit knockouts maybe. Definitely looking like a really cool card. I love the art on it too. I like how the water kind of extends to the border and everything. Very cool. Next up, though, we have Duraladon V. So 210 HP. It's got the ability Hard Shell, so it takes 30 less damage from attacks. Similar to the Double V card. It's only got 1 attack, though, for 2 waters and a colorless Power Bite, 130 damage, and the defending Pokemon cannot retreat during your next turn. So we've seen that before. It's not amazing. It's not great. You're weak to Lightning. That doesn't seem to be a huge problem right now in the format, but it does evolve into Duraladon V Max. It's got 320 HP, and again, you're taking 30 less damage from attacks with its ability. And then its attack there, G-Max Stone Surge. You do 160, and then you flip a coin. If heads, you do 80 more damage. So again, another thing that could work with Glimwood Tangle, maybe potentially getting like a consistent 240. Looking like a pretty tanky card, but definitely not anything super crazy. I don't think it's going to light the world on fire. Next up, though, we have Gardevoir V. So Magical Shot for 30 damage for 1 Psychic. Kind of whatever, I suppose. But Overflowing Wave does 120, and this attack does 80 more damage if you've healed any damage from your Pokemon during this turn. I know we are getting the Mysterious Can card here soon. You can play Indeedee, and there's also plenty of cards in the format right now that heal damage from you. So very interesting attack there. It's got a retreat cost of 2, 210 HP. Incredible art on that too. Look at that. That looks so good. But evolves, of course, into Gardevoir V Max. It's got 320 HP. And then it's only got 1 attack there, so Max Cure does 180, and you get to heal 50 from this Pokemon. So if you pair that with Indeedee, Murph, what are you doing? Quit making noises. So you get to do 180 and then heal 50 from this Pokemon paired up with Indeedee. I think that's 70 damage every turn, and then whatever item cards you play that turn, you can definitely live. I think definitely 2 to 3, definitely maybe even 3 to 4 hits with this Pokemon while doing 180 damage consistently every turn can be very powerful. Can be a very powerful card. I think this is going to see somewhat, a decent amount of play. It is weak to Metal, though, so you're getting absolutely bodied by Zacian no matter what, which isn't great. Definitely not great. Got a new Hatterene card here. Got the ability Hazard Sense. So if this is your active Pokemon, and if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, the opponent's Pokemon is now confused. So I guess that's kind of cool. And then Life Sucker for a Psychic and a colorless does 100 damage and then heal 30. So kind of like a similar version to the Gardevoir there a little bit. But this Galarian Corsola V looks very interesting. So it's got the ability Eating Aura. So as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, when you attach an energy from your hand, you get to put, or when your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, you get to put 3 damage counters on that Pokemon. So it can be very interesting, especially if in sort of a Dragapult matchup when you're trying to spread energy. And then also at the same time, I think the Arctozolt or Dracozolt card from Darkness Ablaze did the same sort of thing, but it had to be in your active spot, I believe. I'm not sure. Which this does as well. But that attack, though, Hollow Missile, 60 damage, and then put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. So it definitely seems like it could pair well with Dragapult, even though not a lot of people are running Dragapult. It's got 190 HP. It is weak to Dark, but that doesn't really seem to matter too much. Eternatus will get that knockout easy anyway. But definitely a cool card. It's got a retreat cost of 2. And then we're also seeing the Alcremie V. Strange art there. I don't know if I like that one too much. Also weak to Metal, which is not good. You're getting bodied anyway. You have 170 HP, which isn't great. But I guess, whatever. So Scattered Sugar for 1 Psychic, heal 30 damage from each of your bench Pokemon. Kind of cool. You could pair that up with the Gardevoir V Max or something like that. Well, probably not. But for 1 Psychic, 2 Colorless, Sweet Splash, 100 damage if the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon. I bet that's supposed to be it. It can attack during your opponent's next turn. That's kind of cool, though, I guess. Nothing incredible, though. Alcremie V Max. Big old cake there. Kind of just a really strange Pokemon. For 1 color, though, it's got 310 HP. Retreat cost of 3. Weak to Metal again, so not anything, stellar, probably. But for 1 colorless, decorate each of your bench Pokemon. And then search your deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to that Pokemon. So potentially, I guess, you can just put 1 Psychic Energy in all of your bench Pokemon, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Kind of seems weird. But for 2 Psychic, though, G-Max Finale, 60 damage times. You may discard any number of energy cards attached to all your Pokemon. This does 60 damage for each energy card discarded this way. So that actually seems very decent. I mean, I know you're getting just obliterated by Zacian, and even Zamazenta for that matter, but that attack definitely has potential, right? I mean, perfectly sets up with that first attack and then goes right into the second attack there. I guess if you do the math, right, if you have a full bench of 5 Pokemon, and then you have an energy, I suppose, on him as well, that's 6 energies. And then next turn, right, if you put an energy on him, then you have up to 7. 7 times 6 is it's a lot, right? It's like 420 damage, so potentially definitely getting knockouts, but going to be kind of a hard setup. You're going to have to live 2 turns, but could definitely be interesting. Cool little Machamp card there, Holo Rare. One thing I forgot to note, listed all the way back up at the beginning of this set, every pack, because it's sort of a mini set, so every pack is guaranteed to have at least 1 Holo Rare in all of the packs, which is definitely really cool. Next up, though, we have Lucario V, looking awesome. I like that art a lot. It's got 210 HP, retreat cost of 2. For 1 Fighting Energy, Aura Sphere, 40 damage, and this attack also does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so again, a kind of a little 1-turn damage spread option. Nothing incredible. For 2 Fighting on a colorless, though, Beat Smash, 180 damage, and then you can't do it next turn, so really not looking great. 180, though, if you are hitting for weakness on Eternatus, so I guess you definitely can get the one-shot on Eternatus, so this card definitely might see play just for that. Plus the retreat cost of 2, so Air Balloon works nicely with it. Let's go down and look at Graplocked V. So 210 HP, again, sort of the same sort of things as Lucario, retreat cost of 2, weak to Psychic, but first attack for 1 fighting, 20 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can attack during your next turn, which is also kind of cool, but with VMAXs becoming more relevant in the format, that's probably not too impressive anyway, though. For the second attack, 2 fighting and a colorless, Moonsault Press, 120 damage plus flip a coin. If heads, then it does, 220, which I guess is kind of cool. Again, you can pair that with Glimwood Tangle, consistently hit for 220 every turn. But, you don't want to have to flip the coin, right, to sort of, to get the knockout on a card like Eternatus. You don't want to have to rely on that stadium card. So Lucario definitely kind of seems like the better option, but interesting nonetheless. We are getting a new Obstagoon, though. Cool little holo rare card. I like his stance there, right? He's like, come at me. But it's got the ability Bad Ruler, so once during your turn, you may have your opponent discard cards from their hand until they have 4 cards left, actually, which is very powerful disruption. It is on a stage 2, but you don't have to be in the active spot. So honestly, that's a very cool inclusion there. People might actually run this in Eternatus, which it seems like actually a pretty good card. That attack, though, Knuckle Impact for 3 colorless, does 180 damage, and this Pokemon can attack during your next turn, but 180 damage for 3 is not bad at all. I mean, this thing's got 170 HP, retreat cost of 2, and it's weak to grass, right? So not a lot of things are hitting for weakness on it, in the format at least. So definitely a really cool card, and with the 3 colorless energy, I think a lot of people are going to be able to run this in decks that aren't just fighting type decks. So very cool card. I like that card a lot. Let's go down. There's a Duraladon V. Haven't seen much of this. Interesting art there. He's smashing like a rock, using Rock Smash, I guess. He's got 3 retreat cost of 3, weak to fire, 220 HP, but he's got the ability Hard Coat. So like Dreadnought, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then for 3 colorless, right? So another just colorless attack Pokemon. Gatling Slug does 10 damage and then does 40 damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. So I guess to use this attack, you would need at least 3. So 3 times 40 is 120 and then plus 10. So I guess at base damage, you're doing 150 every turn. But then I guess at the same time, you know, you could power this thing up and kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a workstation, but you can put it in welder decks, so that's kind of cool, I suppose. Getting reprints, though, going on to supporters, we're getting a reprint of Bead, Full Heal, Great Ball, Hop reprint with alternate art, very cool. There's the Hyper Potion, right, getting printed in the set, which is cool, right, goes with that Gardevoir VMAX. We're getting Kabu again, getting another Marnie, which is very good to see. Another Pierre's, very cool. Pokemon Center Lady and Potion, again going with the Gardevoir VMAX. We're getting Professor's Research, which is awesome. We're getting some of these really great supporters from the past that you know, we would love to get our hands on if you don't have them already. And then a new trainer card here. So Rotom Phone. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose a card that you find there. Shuffle your deck, and then put that card on the top of your deck. And I mean, it's not terrible, right? I mean, I guess you could run this in place of sort of like a Jirachi, right? But I mean, at the same time, it just, I don't know. I mean, it might see some play. Like, you can it definitely might see play, but maybe in welder decks too. But interesting nonetheless. Very interesting. Definitely worth a note on that though. But here we go. So Strange Canned Food. So you get to heal 1 damage from one of your Pokemon with a Psychic Energy attached to it, and then you discard a Psychic Energy from that Pokemon. But 80 damage, and you can do it multiple times in a turn. And you can run 4 of these in your deck. Definitely going to be paired really well with Gardevoir. Going to go very well with Gardevoir. Malamar has rotated. Malamar definitely would be really good in that deck, being able to get your Psychic Energy from the discard pile back onto your Gardevoir. But nonetheless, definitely looks like a very a card that was made to go with Gardevoir VMAX. So going to be interesting to see that archetype when that comes into the format. Turffield Stadium and Team Yellgrat also getting reprinted. Doesn't show any alternate arts, but we might get them. Who knows? But for the full arts, though, we have a nice little Duraladon standing on 2 legs. Very cool. I like this Gardevoir VMAX a lot. She's sort of like, I don't know. I like the colors on that. Looks cool. The Cursula looks really cool as well. I like sort of the red fade to blue there. Graplocked. I don't really like this one too much. I don't really like Graplocked as a card. I do like him as a Pokemon, but that card just isn't that great. Ooh, we do get a full art Hop here, though. Looks like a promo, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how we get this card. Might just sort of be in the set as a full art. Not a great supporter card, but cool to have that, I guess. There's the Rainbow Rare Charizard, which we will be getting. And then, of course, we get the Rainbow Rares for Dreadnought and Gardevoir VMAX. And then we're getting a Rainbow Rare Kabu, Rainbow Rare Pierre's, and then, of course, this beautiful Shining Charizard, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And a Gold Mysterious Can. I'm not sure if this is going to be the only gold card in the set. It looks like we only have 80 cards in the set, so completing the set might not be that difficult, which is really cool. There's definitely a lot of good cards in the set. But again, you cannot buy individual booster packs for this, at least like sort of, from wholesalers right themselves, right? I mean, some people might be selling single packs online of this, but I think you're going to have to, if you're going to want to buy packs for Champion's Path, you're going to have to buy sort of like the promo boxes or like the ETBs or whatever it might be that come with the extra promo cards to get actual packs in, for Champion's Path. But looking like a very interesting set here. Our first mini set of Sword and Shield. Again, we do have the holographic energies, which I'm honestly probably most excited about, and also some very good good new V cards. That Obstagoon looked very good. Of course, the Wailord. So definitely looking like a pretty good set, guys. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is going to be a terrific set. Hopefully it doesn't sell out. Hopefully that promo Charizard doesn't go to like $500 like the other shiny Charizard did. But I don't know. We'll see. But comment down below. What cards do you like best from the set? Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe for more videos in the future. I'll try to kind of do more news videos, right? I've been doing a lot of deck analysis videos, sort of content on ptcgo, but I haven't done a whole lot of sort of news, right? So I think I'm probably going to get more into that. But yeah, that's going to close out the video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.